Let's make it a little bit safer. Don't you dare give me another random encounter. Kranach? Ha! Kiavagama! We have it! We don't have a direct connection. But we have it on our screen, and that's cool. So, we're exploring Adamet, then we're going to Tenebria Quay, and then we can go there. Ha! Nice! Another lifeless asteroid. It's a frustration to find all those resources and we can't use them. Is there... What ways are there to gain extractums, Alistair? Colleague's plot. Are you a broken down void ship? Oh, we can board it. I did his mission last, so let's see if anything's different. I'm very curious about that. And the night is still young, so we can still play quite a while. It's kind of funny thing to say. In the beginning I used to stream just like 2.5 to 3 hours. And now, stream for 3 hours, it's like, still the beginning. Oh, there are people here. Welcome, your lordliness. Please, please, come right in. And you nitwits. Okay, I can't read that fast. Or maybe I could, but it would get like a comedic effect. An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my explorator brethren have already performed a requiem right here. But the examination is inadvisable. You want us to leave, Pasqal?
Never doubt me.
The blade reads, Letheno's Pride. The name Letheno surfaces in your minds. Yeah. The history of a family from the Koronus Expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in the warp on its maiden voyage. The Letheno line never recovered from this crushing blow. Certain missions give extractors. You can find them on planets sometimes, and you can buy them from merchants from the High Factotum. Yeah, we're lacking the profit factor so far. Is that Abelard who's saying that?
Keep your wits about you.
So they're also trying to just loot the ship. The simple machinery and tools look a little worn, but well maintained. Interesting, the only one without a helmet. Rita, a tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, then simply says, Your Lordship, please excuse me, I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you, and with us. My name is Rita Mercy-Marva. I'm in charge here. Huh, what is this place? We just call ourselves Rita's crew, and this place is Rita's camp. That's it. We're ecologers, scavengers in common terms. You really like your own name, don't you? She doesn't speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there's dignity in her voice, the kind with which one would announce their affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pasqal, she grimly adds, And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us. Pasqal stares dispassionately at Rita with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not even considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. Aren't they just taking stuff from a ship? So, what do you do here? Right now we're gutting this old heap of junk, slowly but surely. That's your ecologer's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we just sit here for years on end. We look for working tech, or valuable materials, or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job out there. Those rigs are choke full of all kinds of dangers, but I swear it on my plasma torch. It's an exciting one for sure. Yeah, it sounds very risky. This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working places now and again. We've spent 2 whole months clearing out the shafts we found. Finished just 3 days ago actually, and we found this thing, a bit weird looking, but still functional. Rita's expression brightens a little. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component from us. I bet that big ship you got could... Why can't I read this sentence? I bet that big ship you got could get plenty of use out of it. Big ship you got. I don't know what was hard to say. Pascal's voice crackles to life. Imperiously he tells her, "Present the object, laywoman." But curiosity creeps into his voice nonetheless. I can't even look at it. Are we just going to confiscate it? I will buy the components. It actually didn't cost us something. I was kind of afraid it would cost us like a little bit of profit factor. Well, isn't that something? The Emperor himself must have smiled upon us. Rita makes a triumphant gesture. I mean, thank you, your lordship. You'll be pleased with the results. Magnus class rechargeable battery. Well, doesn't say what it does. Your mood visibly improves. You know, your lordship, it's kind of embarrassing to offer you this, but over in that corner there, we keep things we don't rightly understand or can't really use. You could send some of your people to check it out if you'd like. Clearly you know more about this stuff than us. You might find something useful. Cool. You know, you take pride in your trade, I see. Sure do. I take skill and luck and a good head on your shoulders. We risk our lives every day, crawling on top of these old buckets. If something goes wrong, we die, but by the score sometimes. One moment we're there, the next we're gone, kind of like worker ants. But you know what, your lordship? Our job also has something, how should I put it, poetic about it. Hope you don't judge me too harshly and don't take it as insolence, but some people, even big people like you, think too highly of themselves. Let's say your ship hops into the warp someday and doesn't hop out of it in time. And around 1,000 years later, another guy like myself, who needs to feature 3 ankle biters somehow, will be rifling through its remains, looking for anything good. That's just the nature of things. Each of us comes and goes, but the way the world works stays the same. We all have our loot into life, and mine is just as good as any other. It's very pragmatic, I'd say. And not really... very self-sustaining, not really ambitious or optimistic or pessimistic, just... Interestingly, all 3 options which are tied to convictions disagree. You speak as if the world is set in stone, and none of us can change anything for the better. There's some big things you're talking about, way out of my depth. Change for the better. Heck, that'd be nice. Rita pauses to think. If I was younger and didn't have 3 youngsters back at home, maybe I would dream about stuff like that too. But as it is, I've got no time for dreaming. I've got to work. Pragmatic. You know, I can take you from this space. It's not really safe here, and sooner or later it will drift somewhere so remote that nobody will ever find you again. But this is our whole livelihood, your lordship. You take us from here, and what are we gonna do? Sit in some hole, slaving away? Here we've got our own colony, our own operation. No, this is our path, and we won't stray from it. Can't do more than offer it. Can you tell me anything about this wreck? Not much. We're no eckharts, you know. We're manual labor. It's an ancient thing, pretty dangerous, and we don't really know how much is there beyond that. Before we came here, some tech freaks had done their own bit of gutting. I mean, ritualing, bowing to the spirits, all that. That lot don't tend to leave a whole lot of valuables behind, it's true, but it's way too scary to go in before them. And hey, we jacked a dozen of their broken servitors out of the mines after. The carcasses smell awful, but you can pluck a decent number of parts out of a servitor and sell them. Oh boy. doesn't seem like there's anything nasty living inside the wreck now, but wreck itself is barely holding it together. You got a couple of modules from here, and that's it. You won't take another step without fearing that a broken reactor might cook your life, or a whole module might depressurize. Well, it's nothing we haven't handled before, so we're having a poke at it. But we don't have a clue what this ship is, or who it belong to. Oh boy. I see. Your Lordship, Rita falters as if flustered by her own nerve. Please don't take it as insolence, but it's not like I have much choice. It's not often that we get well-stocked ships around here, and we could certainly use more provisions and some warm clothes. Is she going to attack us? If it's something you would be willing to provide, we would gladly barter for it whatever we can dig up inside this ship. It's just respectful offer of fair trade. She bows slightly before stepping aside. Ah, okay. For a second I was worried she was like, we will attack you, we need the stuff. But can we trade with you? No, we can't. Weird. The simple machinery and tools look a little worn, but well maintained.
I always have a backup plan.
A dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. Yeah, well, they're just very slowly taking the ship apart. Guess someone has to do it. Something is propped against the door from the inside. You can hear the piercing sounds of saw and other tools from behind it. Nah, but we can't look inside. Ooh.
I better myself through my service.
A damaged safe. The contents of similar safes are destroyed. When hacking is attempted. You should not try to open it just like that. Something from the environment could help. Let's look for a key. A small selection of valuable finds, carefully sorted and packed. In this work of crude craftsmanship, you can just make out one of the depictions of the Emperor commonly seen in the Koronus Expanse. Well, basically he's like an angel, right? The apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol, probably not of the industrial variety. Got to keep yourself entertained, I guess. Okay, we have to find a key. Oh, maybe here? Awareness?
As it should be.
There's nothing here but cheap scrap metal. I guess we're just looking through all the stuff around here.
Be proud of me.
Among the wreckage was an instruction manual for the duty officer on how to access the safe. You can obtain the codes to the safes by logging into the shop cogitators. Okay, now we need to find a cogitator. Here we have one. The cogitator appears to be inoperative. Is that one as well? No, right? This one? There's another one. The cogitator appears to be inoperative. Let's just hope we're not going anywhere dangerous. Where's another one? There's another one. Come on, Pasqal. The cogitator is off, but appears intact. You can try to power it from a local source. Logic. You successfully logged in with the duty officer credentials and obtained the code to the old safe. Let's see what's inside. If it's worth it. A fire grenade. Cameloine cloak. More dodge. And a fractal blade, which is also Eldari. But I think the blade is still not nicer than things we have. So I'm like, why would I take it? Plus 25% chance to parry is usually nice. But I mean, my parry is at 95% for both of them. And I mean, less damage, more armor penetration, that's neat. Ah well. And everyone comments on us opening the safe. Let's go. Interesting that it's still a point of interest. Ooh, and another voidship. Imagine just living on a planet and just scavenging, or on a voidship. I've seen a planet burn once before, Xamaga. Exterminators was invoked, incendiary cyclonic torpedoes were deployed. The world burned for several months until there was nothing but ash. What a nice anecdote. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and servants' quarters. It's impossible to determine what exactly happened there. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dining table. The table is set with gold plates covered with old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plates are clearly human. Ew. No other remains have been found on the estate. Did, like, the Lord just eat their servants? We search through the remains for anything valuable. The scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeleton. After finishing their report, they hurry away, whispering prayers. One weapon. A soulless gun. Can't take the Promethium, so... No. Is that one nicer? It's nicer than the autogun. I'm going to take this one. Let's go for the voidship. A Vox notification from the Augur crew drowns out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Pisa, and its escort ships are headed your way. The archives make no mention of either the ship or its owner. As you consider your course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first. Introducing himself as the Pilgrim, the captain greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. Which one is it? Ah, phlogiston. Interesting that we can't ask why, cause for the why we need phlogiston. Why can't we ask why otherwise? What do you call yourself, the Pilgrim? The captain admits that he has not always done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor himself, and has followed a special path of service to him ever since. That is the path he now treats as the Pilgrim. And Edward bids farewell to the Pilgrim and travels onward. I think we just need phlogiston. The Pilgrim sincerely thanks the rogue trader for this meeting and asks that his offer to be considered. The Dark Pisa gives the coordinates of several systems where you might encounter it later and melts into the distorted outline of a warp portal. Ooh. So we can't even go back here and find him again? I never finished this quest, I couldn't find him again. Sounds really random. And I mean, so far, I just don't have lots of materials. Yeah, hey, plasteel. Plasteel seems to be like the most common. But I mean, we already found like quite large amounts of it, and there also seem to be like lots of very small amounts. Okay. Tenebris Aquae. Let's go for unsafe. The warp jump went surprisingly smoothly. None of the deck officers on duty reported any incidents. However, a strange discovery awaited the Lord Captain when he returned to his quarters. The bed was unmade, but the impression of a head was still visible on the pillow. There were no other signs of the intrusion. The guards swore under oath that nobody had entered Lord Captain's quarters. Creepy! Come on. Ah, yes, we can go there. But first, Tenebris Aquae. Or however to pronounce that. Hostile object signature. Hmm. More scanning. This planet is devoid of even the most primitive forms of life. I mean, it looks like an asteroid, right? However, the crew has made quite a strange discovery. A mirror lying right in the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearances. In pristine condition. I mean, we discovered mirrors already in the beginning, so it seems like such a bad idea to take the mirror aboard the ship. So we destroy it immediately. The crew blasts the crater, raising a cloud of dust that blocks the auger array. Confirming the mirror's destruction is impossible for the time being, but it could not have survived such a powerful explosion. Definitely not. Why do I feel like it survived? Hey, unknown ships. Let me quick save and then visit you. Oh boy.
This hallowed vessel's bulkheads will hold strong.
Alert, the Drukhari have blocked some of the flagship posts using an unknown Xenos power. Your crew will regain control of these posts in several rounds. Fighting Drukhari sounds hard. They're kind of cloaked, or what is it? And they have torpedoes, of course they have. Here we go.
With the force of a supernova.
Ah, but they don't have shields, have they? Something different. Ah, and interestingly, see, now I can use both pro weapons. You just can't sell the same for whatever reason. So let's go with some torpedoes.
Away!
No. Torpedoes. You fire the torpedo self. Torpedoes will appear the next turn in the priority order. Your own torpedoes can pass through the space occupied by your flagship. That's good to know. Okay.
Launch
Here we go.
batteries, fully.
They seem to be using cloaking, so it's harder to hit them. Instead of shields. Ah, nice. Okay. It's like kind of a warpy field around them. These torpedoes move kind of laggy, don't they? I think those plasma torpedoes will go this way. So... Ah, I can choose how they fly. Well... Ah, here we go.
Fire at will.
And then again, I think now they can hit me. Oh well. Damn it.
Launch
Come on,
batteries,
hit.
fully.
Damn it, you're so dodgy. You control. Oh, nice. Well, unfortunately, not enough. But well. Okay, let's hope for the best. But yeah, thanks for the tip to use Argenta's skill. Come on, camera. Okay, that was less bad than I thought. But yeah, they can move so much. So those torpedoes can hit you. Neat. 1 HP left. Come on. Neat. Okay, so we just have you.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
I think I should have used that differently. Oh well. Dum. Just cruising around, hoping to meet each other again. So far away.
Engage the engines.
Nah. Here we
Let the
go.
void sort them out.
Come to us. Come to the torpedoes. Ah, damn it. Also torpedoes. And so many of them. Ha! We can hit you. Or... No, I just can't hit you. That's annoying. Neutralizing torpedoes with torpedoes.
Make every shot count.
Neat. Warp wave. Should destroy it.
Another enemy sundered by the void.
We're just going to go
Coordinates set.
here, so we can just let the torpedoes die.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
Ooh. Looks like another lifeless asteroid. With 2 plasteel. Wow. A vigilant member of the Auger crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no signs of being crewed. I mean, if it's unpowered, send out a boarding shuttle. The Scot boarded the shuttle without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Eldari corpses. No weapons were found on board, and the dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of any warrior caste, merely the crew of the now defunct ship. Hey Juniper! Nice to see you, how are you? Right. Now we can go to Kiavagama. Or soonish, I think. Hope. Cranach. Let's go. When the Lord Captain arrived on the bridge during the warp jumps, he found the on-duty officers in a state of utter confusion. They claimed they had been receiving orders from the bridge for several minutes, orders authorized by the rope trader, but the Lord Captain had been absent. Curiously, the orders had been signed by the late Theodora von Valencius. After a thorough investigation, the tech priest attributed the strange incident to the whims of the machine spirits. Very odd. Finally, Kiavagama. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, we are in the system of Kiavagama, the main industrial world of the Von Valencius dynasty. However, our astropaths report the attempt to contact Governor Garprek have been unsuccessful.